Live at 6, this is 13 News Now.
I like not having school.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
The kids get the day off, but work is just starting for parents on the Outer Banks.
Nearly a foot of snow falls, surpassing anyone's expectations. Right there you see it. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Regina Mobley. All of this came as a surprise to a lot of people. This is what the Wright Brothers Memorial looks like tonight after the Outer Banks get socked with snow. Dare County schools will be closed again tomorrow. Megan Shin kicks off our coverage from Kill Devil Hills, where neighbors and tourists are digging out.
Snow, slush, and ice. NCDOT crews are working non-stop to clear snow off Outer Banks Road.
A lot of people don't know how to drive out here, so they like to play around and end up spinning out and stuff like that, so it gets a little hectic out here.
National Weather Service says some parts of northeastern North Carolina have 5 to 7 inches of snow, just weeks after the bomb cyclone.
This one's been pretty bad too, especially with the ice we got from the last storm.
NCDOT crews put salt on the roads to help prevent cars from sliding when driving.
Got about 8 inches here, it looks like.
Since last night, people have made their way out in the daytime.
Come out and play. We were on the beach earlier. It was awesome.
It's a thawing process, though, that will take time. In Kill Devil Hills, Megan Shin, 13 News Now.
Well, the big meltdown is on the way. Clear roads in downtown Hampton, but snow still covers the carousel there.
All right, at the ocean front, you see it right there. The boardwalk is no longer buried. The sun doing its part to get rid of some of that snow today. Before warmer temperatures can move in, we could dip back down into the 20s tonight.
Let's check in now with the expert. Jeff is timing it all out for us.
Yeah, most areas are going to be into the 20s tonight. Clear skies out there right now, great visibility, nothing on radar. Those are all factors that can help you get colder at night. That in addition to a dry air mass. And right now we have a humidity only of 59%, dew points way down into the 20s. So that is another thing that facilitates the cold. The only thing in our favor that might help us not get quite as cold tonight, that wind. Westerly winds keeping things mixed up right now. They'll tend to, again, be a little bit breezy through the night, so that might help slightly. Let's talk about the forecast from yesterday. We had 2 to 4, set a bullseye if it strengthened offshore, which was a good bet, especially down across the Outer Banks. Then 3 to 6 well inland and 4 to 8 or more far inland. And you can see 5, 6, 7, that's where the bullseye was. And then generally 2 to 4 here across our area. And indeed, look at Manio, Nags Head, some of those places, as much as 9 inches on Roanoke Island. So sky view for the next 6 hours is talking about those temperatures falling back into and through the 20s. And we're going to continue to see some cold air after that. So we'll have the very latest again on those temperatures that are warming up here over the next week, though, believe it or not, that's coming up.
Jeff, thank you. Classes canceled today in Virginia Beach as we look at Princess Anne High School right there. It was a snow day for students. Superintendent Aaron Spence says it's a tough call for him.
He's using YouTube to explain how that decision is made, and he's speaking only to 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton. She's live outside Tallwood High School tonight.
Well, David and Regina, let's just say the sun definitely helped melt a lot of this snow. I want you to take a look. This is a neighborhood street. There's no snow on the ground here. There's a little spots where there's a little bit of slush, but that's it. And that's why parents are wondering why school was canceled today. But the superintendent says he'd rather err on the side of caution.
As you can see, the snow
It's been viewed almost 12,000 times.
Wanted to show you what one of our school parking lots looks like right now.
The superintendent of Virginia Beach Public Schools, Dr. Aaron Spence, standing out in the snow Wednesday night.
It's supposed to be really cold tonight, dropping down into the 20s.
Trying to be as transparent as possible to parents and students.
I just happened to get to a spot where I looked and I thought, wow, if people could just see this, they would really understand why we're going to have to make this decision.
And while schools were canceled today, we drove around on the roads and in the neighborhoods. Most of the snow has already melted and students were hanging out. They say they're not ready to head back to class.
We have to have C days, and it's like all our classes on one day, and so we're gonna have like all the homework due on one day.
But Dr. Spence says regardless of the conditions now, he'd rather have everyone safe while getting to and from school.
We have obviously our buses, but we also have parents who drive children, and we have a lot of teenage drivers. And so we need to make sure that not only the main roads, but our neighborhood streets are safe. We need to make sure our school parking lots are clear.
Now, in the last 30 minutes or so, Virginia Beach Public Schools tweeted out that all operations will be back on tomorrow, so students and staff will have to head back to school. Live in Virginia Beach, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
On 13 News Now, you can watch the video Spence is sharing with parents. Well, after 2 snowstorms in Hampton Roads, we're feeling the economic effects.
An economist with Old Dominion University estimates a loss of $20 million in retail sales for now. That's based on the assumption that over the past week, people weren't spending and instead were staying at home. Small businesses in Chesapeake say they're feeling the effects. Restaurants and hair salons are still seeing declining sales.
I mean, we were closed Thursday and Friday, so we were trying our best to, get everyone in. A lot of our daytime appointments are moms who are coming when their kids are in school and their kids aren't in school.
All right, once the weather gets better, people might overspend just a little bit, so the economists say. So that $20 million hit may be reduced to more like a $5 million hit. We will keep you updated through alerts from 13newsnow.com, our app. If you don't have it, download it today. It's free for Apple and Android.
A sudden stop for the driver of the Subaru. The car slammed into a power pole, snapping it in two. Norfolk police tell us it happened around 10:15 this morning on Monticello Avenue. We are still waiting to hear what happened, but officers tell us no one was hurt. Live now to the Berkeley Bridge. One lane will be closed tonight after a tractor trailer knocks one of the crossing gates into the Elizabeth River. That is according to VDOT. Crews will close a lane in less than an hour. Work to replace the gate should wrap up around 9 o'clock tonight.